Hi sweet friends, I'm Panache Desai. I'm a contemporary thought leader and vibrational catalyst. And I have empowered individuals like you from all over the world in oneness, in a depth of connection that is transcendent and ever present in every moment of their lives. One of the things that so many people struggle with is their anger. People believe that there's a need to control their anger when it arises. Otherwise, they're afraid in some way that it's going to control them. And I'd like to postulate that it's the control itself that's getting in the way of you finding the freedom that's available to you. So what we have to first do is explore control and why we feel the need to assert a level of control over anything in life. The reason why we need to control our reality is not because we're afraid of what's outside of us, but it's because we're afraid of feeling what's within us. We'll manage every relationship, we'll manage every circumstance and every situation in life so that it doesn't remind us of the anger that we have yet to feel within our core. My sweet friends, the only way to control anger or to control anything in life is to give up the false notion of control itself. As long as you are needing to assert some level of control, what you are saying is that you don't have the capacity to feel whatever there is to feel. Control leads to victimhood. It leads to victimization because you cannot outrun what is unresolved within your being. Something will trigger you. No matter how manicured and pristine your life is, somebody will say or do something that will evoke the feeling and response or reaction within you of that which has yet to be accepted as the truth of who you are. It is for that reason that in the presence of heightened emotion, we must give up the need to control, because in the presence of heightened emotion, the only way to experience it without being overrun by it or overcome by it is simply by surrendering to it. The more we can surrender to the feeling, and the more we can trust in the truth that whatever we are experiencing will pass, the more we are then able to let go of control. And the more we are then simply able to flow with what is. This false notion of needing to control our anger in order to prevent it from controlling us is what's really keeping you from authentically just expressing everything that you've come here to express. Anger has been invalidated in our experience. It has been made wrong. There is so much judgment around the experience of anger, all the while missing the point that anger is a natural part of life and living. And that the more we can welcome anger and the more we can be at peace in the experience of it, dare I say it, the more we can meet it with love, the more it begins to diminish, the faster it begins to move through, the less we hold on to it, the less we accumulate it within us. And ultimately, the more we are empowered to move through life from a place of harmony and peace. There is a common misconception that in the enlightened state there will be an absence of human emotion. I want you to know that that just simply isn't true. Everything continues to play out in the way that it does. It's just that your relationship with it is forever transformed. You end your inner resistance to it, and in doing so you are empowered to move through it gracefully, to the point where nobody outside of you is harmed by it. Violence in all ways ends. You begin to practice harmony and peace and non-violence within yourself. And that is a state that is born of welcoming. That is a state that is born of accepting. And so the whole notion of control in any and all areas of life is born of fear. And it's born of this false premise that in some way something should not be happening. In some way something could be prevented. In some way, you can render yourself immune to what every other human being, as a part of this experience, has to go through on a daily basis. It is for that reason that I say to you, no longer control your anger. Simply feel it and experience it and relax into it, knowing that you can surrender to it and trust that in doing so, it will begin and end inside of your being, that it doesn't have to come out in the form of words that will hurt others. It doesn't have to come out in the form of violence. It doesn't have to come out in any way that is discordant with life. You can begin to meet it from a place of coherence, and in doing so, you can set yourself and every other person in your life free. Let go of control. understand that your control is killing you. And your control and your judgment is the root cause of why you remain distanced from everything that you desire in your life. Surrender and trust, understanding that that is the domain of the divine. That is the dominion of divinity. And that the more you can surrender and trust to every experience, recognizing that everything that comes to visit is just visiting, the more you can once again be aligned with the greater flow of energy and the greater universal principle of expansion that is your natural state of being. Hi friends, it's Panache. Did you like this episode? If you did, then there are 4 things that you can do right now to continue on your journey. Firstly, I want you to subscribe to my channel so that I can continue to send you new inspiring insights and videos on a regular basis. Secondly, you can get my book by clicking right here. Thirdly, you can also go to my website and sign up for a free membership so that you can get priority access to my programs and events, as well as free care packages, free live calls, and free products. And finally, you can go to my website and find the locations of my upcoming live events. I would love to meet you in person and share the energy of possibility with you directly. I believe in you. I know who you are. You are evolving into more than you can ever imagine. Regardless of how your life has been, know, my beloved friend, that when you change your energy, you change your life.